Let's talk about the state of cryptocurrency, but specifically today, which is, I think we're June 26th, 27th, something like that, 2022. What's going on in the market? Just talk about it from a whole and take that in any direction you want.
So, my main method of analysis is the Wyckoff method. And the Wyckoff method really breaks down the booms and busts of any asset's price cycle. If fundamentals were in line with price, we would be going linearly up when things are good, like fundamentally good. And when fundamentals drop down, you would go linearly down. But because humans speculate and they like to place bets and they want to make money, we end up having more of a boom bust cycle. So from a Wyckoff perspective, we've basically at our conclusion of a distributional event, in my opinion, and we need to go into some sort of accumulation phase for probably a year. You know, this is the part where people don't really want to hear what I think needs to happen in crypto. But ultimately, crypto is valuable. There's intrinsic value in crypto. And what needs to happen is you just need to clean the system. You need to clean the system, get rid of the speculators, get rid of the short-term mindsets so that the value investors and those who really understand and believe in Bitcoin and crypto can accumulate their positions, which will ultimately reduce the available supply on the open market and allow for the next markup, also known as a bull market. So we're in a bear market. We're in the down phase of a bear market. And I think we're getting close to the conclusion of the down phase of the bear market. So the next kind of phase is going to be the sideways phase of the bear market.
Accumulation.
Yeah.
So let's lay that over so people can understand, let's say on the last cycle, and let's walk them through the Wyckoff method, Wyckoff theory. Essentially, if you were to overlay that theory onto the last cycle, essentially the accumulation phase would have been after 2018, right up to 2020, you know, when the markets crashed and we re-exploded. So could you kind of paint that picture of how you would apply that theory to that cycle?
Yeah, so pretty much every accumulation phase begins with a capitulation. So you'll have this conclusion of the bull market. You'll have this point, this breaking point where the speculators give up. That's kind of the definition of capitulation. You throw your hands in the air, I give up, and you sell your positions. And then we flatline and we kind of stay within a set range. Now, crypto is volatile, so that, you know, flatlining was between 3,000 and 14,000, which is, you know, still a large range. But it's this level that, you know, you're range bound in that condition for several years, while the smart, savvy investors, the institutional investors, all of those other market participants can have time to accumulate the positions on any of the dips that present themselves when they show up. The Wyckoff method is kind of it's a special method in TA. I'm not a fan of most TA because it doesn't really lean on the fundamentals of human behavior. Like, for example, like a triangle breakout. What is a triangle? I mean, a triangle is a consolidation. It's the market trying to decide price. Fibonacci's, you know, no disrespect to anybody who trades Fibonacci's out there, but these are just magic lines based on some, you know, geometry or you know, some sacred geometry in nature. It doesn't really take into consideration supply and demand.